So in this segment, we're going to be talking about some more Brexit stuff, and some genuinely funny stuff. So Brexit creates jobs for staff in Eastern Europe and India. So the two groups that Brexiteers hate, yeah, are Eastern Europeans and Pakis. So you've just given jobs to Eastern Europeans and Pakis. So well done, guys. Well done. Well done. So UK companies are turning to cheaper overseas labour to complete their post-Brexit customs paperwork, creating jobs in countries such as Romania and India due to a shortage of trained staff in Britain. So all of these arguments that we'll train our own staff, we'll do stuff here, out the window. Boom, Kobe, done. Anticipating a surge in demand for its services, Expediator PLC, which handles freight flows for international companies, has been hiring workers in Romania. Dave Gallen, the firm's group marketing manager, says. The country has a deep pool of expertise in the UK's customs unions because it only joined the bloc in 2007. When realistically, we know it's because it's cheaper labour over there. That's why they've done it. So all those arguments of all these Europeans are sending the money home. The money's not staying here. Well, the money's all gone now. All of it's gone because the people who are living here, who are sending the money back home, there's gonna be less of them, and in this case, there'll be none of them, because they don't need to come here. They're going to stay home and do this work in Romania. So well done, Brexiteers. 1-0, 2-0. It's allowed us to get some great expertise. Obviously, there's a lower cost, Gladen said in the telephone interview. Salaries for customs representatives in the UK have just escalated crazily. That's partly because of poaching by different agencies. We'll talk about that in a minute. Brexit logistics industry is having to find creative ways to be ready for a wave of bureaucracy that will hit on January 1st when commerce between the UK and its largest trading partner will be subject to new paperwork. Even if the two sides reach a free trade agreement, hundreds of millions of extra customs declarations will be required on goods crossing the border annually, an estimated cost of £13 billion. £13 billion. That's how much it's going to cost for all these new customs checks. And you can say some of the money will come back in tariffs. But do you know who pays those tariffs? The consumer. So 3-0 Brexiteers. 3-0 to you guys. You guys are killing this, winning. Metro Shipping Limited, which moves goods for some of Britain's largest retailers and automotive companies, has taken on 17 staff in Chennai, India, in recent weeks, specifically to handle Brexit-related work. The Birmingham, England-based firm expected to handle an extra 120,000 custom declarations annually. That's because of Brexit, and that's jobs going to India. There's nowhere near enough skill set to cover it here. So rather than training people here to get those skills, they're relying on India. Fair enough. Everything's being outsourced there in China. Said Grant Liddell, business development director at Metro, which stopped taking on new clients for Brexit in August because it was at capacity. We have really geared up, he said. Noting he could hire 6 or 7 staff in India for the price of 1 employee in the UK. And so it's 4-0 Brexiteers. This guy's going to hire a load of people in India to do these jobs. So rather than the UK putting out contracts that specify the jobs to be in Britain only, they didn't. And, these private companies, they're going to go to India. So for the government, a shortage of customs agents is one of the biggest threats that could disrupt trade with the EU, even though, we're not even doing border checks for like the first 6 months. So, these people still haven't gotten in gear yet. You've had years to figure out what you wanted. If companies don't have the right paperwork, goods risk being held up at the border, potentially causing traffic chaos. Alternatively, businesses may decide not to trade with the EU at all if they cannot file the appropriate documents. So if the papers aren't there, it's going to be less trade with the EU, and vice versa. It's going to be less trade with the UK. Officials are trying to mitigate the problem by offering grants to businesses to train customs staff through though success has been limited. Of the £84 million made available, less than a third has been paid out as of October 16th. So the money's there, it's just no one's taking them for whatever reason. But £84 million probably not enough anyways, according to the National Audit Office. So the the National Audit Office saying that the money is there, but only a third's been taken. So I'm thinking these companies aren't doing it because they don't want to train staff here. So the Road Haulage Association, a lobby group, has estimated that the UK will need an extra 50,000 customs agents to cope with the added Brexit workload. The government has repeatedly declined to put a figure on how many has been trained. So what we have here is, this cost will be at £13 billion, right? So remember that number because we'll come back to that in a bit. But what we have here is about customs agents being poached by other agencies. So what's happening is you get a customs agent and another company, because the government's giving money for these companies to get customs agents. They're just poaching them off another company and then claiming that's a new customs agent, therefore getting the money. So here you got a government grant scheme aimed at increasing the size of UK customs industry to cope with post-Brexit border checks controls is instead funneling the poaching of staff already qualified. So the country will need another 50,000 customs officers to help complete an estimated 260 million new customs declarations annually when Britain leaves the EU single market and customs union. But the Financial Times reports a £50 million government scheme to help customs brokerages recruit new staff has sparked a rise in poaching between firms, with leading companies complaining that they have lost several staff as a result of the program. So what you have here is companies just poaching staff with each other because the money's good. Two leading brokerage firms, speaking to the newspaper, the FT, said that the government scheme enabled companies to recruit staff already working within the industry while still qualifying for up to £15,000 in subsidies for each new employee. So for each new employee, you get 15k. The government wanted to increase the number of customs brokers in the industry, not to help the poaching of staff. So what you have here is a system in which the government has enabled the poaching of customs staff from other agencies. And so what this is ridiculous because it's taxpayers' money again being wasted. You've had years, Michael Gove, to plan this out, years, and this is the best you come up with. So we go to another article here. So £11 billion, that's our net contribution. So this whole customs scheme, right, is going to cost £13 billion. £13 billion for the customs scheme. That's more than our net contribution. And you can say, look, some of that money will come back in tariffs. That's right. But who pays the tariffs? It's the consumer. And so you can say, look, we've got sovereignty now. We can, decide who comes into the country, who comes out of the country, immigration, all that stuff. But I'm sorry to say, Brexiteers.
Sorry to disappoint you, Yugi. Huh? You triggered my trap card!
So sorry, Brexiteers, you've activated my trap card. So what we can see here is that non-EU immigration being the light blue line here, right? And EU immigration being this grey line. What you can see is that EU immigration has been consistently lower than non-EU immigration. And so what that means is all the, we have control over who comes here in terms of non-EU immigrants, right? And obviously there's a reason why they're all coming here, whether that's for work or for whatever reason. The UK is allowing all these people to come in here. So, it's going to be very likely that the immigration will not come down to the net tens of thousands that the Conservative Party argues that they want. And it's going to stay consistently high. The only difference is going to be you're going to get less of your white counterparts from Europe, and you get more people like me, more brown people. So well done to you guys. Shouts out to you, Brexiteers. You've done it again. You're winning again, but you have activated my trap card, which is immigration, because that's not going to work either. So well done to you guys there. Well done, so much winning. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.